What's up everyone, my name is Jack Murphy and this is my 29th dividend income report video where I go over what stocks are paying me dividends, one of my best and worst performers, what stocks I've been buying and selling. So I'm going to get right into it and go into my dividend payments. On July 1st I got two really nice dividend payments to start the month off. The first one was from SCHD where I got $9.07. Then I got one from UGI where I got $3.38. Bringing my total so far to $12.45. On the second, I got a smaller payment from VIG where I got 90 cents, and that brings my total to $13.35. On the third, I got a dividend payment of $1.98 from JEPI, and this brings my total to $15.33. My next dividend payment was on July 10th from Altria Group where I got $9.13, bringing my total so far to $24.46. On the 15th, I got my dividend payments from my two favorite monthly payers. The first one was Main Street Capital, where I got $1.23, and my next dividend payment was from Realty Income, where I got $3.79. This brings my total so far to $29.48. And on July 31st, I got my last dividend payment from JP Morgan of $1.31, bringing my grand total for the month to $30.79. Looking back to last July, I got $9.48, so this was about a 225% increase since last year, which is pretty cool. And if we go over to the new totals, the average monthly payment I would get in my account for the next 12 months, if I didn't change anything, would be $23.24, and the new 12-month total, if I were to not change anything in the account, would be $278.93. But these numbers don't really matter because I'm going to make a change in the portfolio this month. I'll talk more about that later. But now let's look at the portfolio performance. So as we can see in the portfolio performance tab, I had a very good month where I got 5.33% return, and this beat the S&P 500, which only got a 1.22% return. This beat the Dow Jones, which did 4.51%, and it also beat the NASDAQ, which actually did negative 0.75%. So this was a very good month for my portfolio and dividend investors as well. A lot of dividend stocks did really well this month, so that's why my portfolio did so much better than all the other indexes. But let's look what the best and worst performers were this month in my portfolio. The best one did over 20%. So I'll start off with the three worst performers this month for me. My third worst was Main Street Capital at a negative 0.91%, not too bad. And my second worst performer was Verizon at a negative 1.8%. And my worst performer, which is a stock that I want to buy more of anyway, is Starbucks at a negative 3.18% return. And now let's look at the three best performers, which did really, really well. My best performer was Lowe's at a positive 9.82% return. And then my second best performer was Realty Income at a positive 10.42% return. And the best performer by a mile in my portfolio was surprisingly 3M at a positive 23.07% return. 3M had a very good quarterly earnings report, and they had one of the best days, I think the best day in their company's history in terms of the stock price going up. So that was really good for the investors. This was also a stock I was planning on selling earlier this month but ended up not doing. So I'm going to get to sell it in August for 23% more, which is really nice. So this is normally the part of the video where I go over the dividend payments I'm going to get next month, but I'm not going to do that. And I said the same thing last video because I intended on doing a big portfolio recomposition in July, but ended up not doing it, and I'm now going to do it in August. I didn't really have a good reason not to do it in July. I kind of just didn't, but it actually worked out really well for me because so many of the stocks in my portfolio went up this month by a lot, and a lot of the positions that I was going to sell in July are up a lot this month, so I'm going to exit at a much better price, which is really good for me. Right now there are only two positions in my portfolio that I'm down on. One of them is Starbucks, which I am happy to buy more of, and another one is down about 5%, which stinks, and I'm probably going to exit it, but I'm not going to confirm anything yet. Everything else in my portfolio is up for me, so stocks like 3M that I was down nearly 40%, maybe more, I don't really remember, but I was down a lot on 3M, are now profitable. So I'm going to get to exit some of those positions that I thought I would lose money on with more money, so that is great. I did promise to post that video in July, and I didn't, which is my fault, and I'm really sorry about that. But I promise for real this time that it will be posted as my next video, the whole portfolio recomposition. If it's already posted, I'll link it here. If not, subscribe and turn notifications on. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.